your people, how come you are charging them for a service? Why do our people always got to have their hand out? If them student loan companies love you, they wouldn't put you in so much debt for an education that still you couldn't make applicable in this world to thrive. If the banks love you, why don't they just give you the freaking mortgage? Oh, forget the mortgage, just give you the house for free. You're asking the wrong questions to the wrong people. Well, because I'm pro-black, because I'm conscious, because I profess to have an affinity and a love for self and kind, I have to get my people to answer phones and answer emails for free, pay for your service for free, do every damn thing for you for free because I said I love you guys. That shit is cap. It makes no sense. It's not fair. Let me give you some free information before I get started. If you got a credit card, here's how you avoid paying any interest. I don't care what your APR is. There's a billing date and there's a recording date. There's 2 dates. Most of you only know about the billing date. So, what you're going to do is call your credit card company and ask them about the second date. I'm aware of the billing date. What's the recording date? When they tell you, hey, what's that other date that they check on the balance? That's normally 3 to 5 days apart from the billing date. Know both dates. Make sure your balance is at 0 on the recording date. And you'll never have to pay interest no matter how much you use the card during the month. Oh, you want the email? Hold on. That's how you do things. Let me pin it. Okay. Let me pin it over here. Coming right now, family. Yeah. So I created the service, paid $2,000 to get access to anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000 inside and or around 60 business days. And people want to ask, well, how come you're charging $2,000 if you love your people? But what do I have to pay my staff to facilitate this opportunity? What does it cost? And sending out affidavits, referendums, memorandums, compendiums on your behalf, 20 plus different letters, green card receipt, signature confirmation. What does it cost to do that? I should pay for all of that for you because I said I love you. Never mind the hell that you went through, because you from pre-K to 12th grade, you went through 14 years of going to school. 14 years of going to school. And in those 14 years of you going to school, you were not prepared to be an adult and thrive in this society. You're supposed to learn about food, clothing, and shelter. There were no real estate classes. You didn't know how to crochet or sew to make your own clothes. And you barely had home ec, and if you did, like I said in the previous live, what you made: pizza, eggs, milk, and cheese, bread. So now protein is good. Gluten's a protein. They ain't tell you you can use amaranth, kamut, spelt, or tef grains to create a healthier pizza. No, they got you with the white flour that chemically your body interprets as a small form of crack. Similar constitution. It just turns into sugar. And they suggest you put the milk in there. Puss milk, cow's milk, with hormones in there. Hormones are instructions. Okay? Hormones come in your body. It tells your body what to do. So you got hormones going in your body from childhood because you're drinking milk from cows. Their instructions is, hey, you're about 65 pounds and we want to grow you into a 300, 400 pound animal. So when that goes into human beings' constitution, we wonder where the obesity comes from, because your body is being told over and over from youth to become a 400-pound cow. Because hormones are instructions. Insulin is a hormone. You have a problem producing insulin, diabetes. You have a problem producing the instructions for the cells to open up their cell walls to allow glucose in the form of blood sugar to go inside of the cell so it can metabolize, create activity to facilitate its job. So if the cell walls don't open up because of the instructions from the hormone insulin, then the blood sugar in the form of glucose is suspended in the blood. And the first thing it does is destroy the nerves, because as much as you need glucose, you just don't need sugar in excess in the bloodstream, because then it becomes toxic or poisonous. We'll move on. I don't want to digress. So they allow you to put milk in this pizza. Never mind the white bread, where they could have gave you healthier alternatives like spelt, kamut, amaranth, tef, just giving you some, quinoa maybe. But it still can spike your glycemic index a bit because it's still interpreted as sugar, quinoa, just not as much as the other ones. And the milk is allowed to have 750,000 somatic cells, a euphemism for pus, and 24,000 live bacteria before the Food and Drug Administration takes it off the shelf, and it's allowed to be pasteurized, a process in which they use radiation to prolong the shelf life of a product. Radiation incurs the stress of cancer. That's just the pus milk. Don't forget the instructions to become a 400-pound cow in the human body. We'll keep going, though. Because why do I charge? With as much as information I give out for free, I be supposed to give financial advice, and I still be over here darting all over the place, giving you political information, historical information, holistic information, because I care. And I've made my money, and I've done what I had to do. But when I charge $2,000 to give you access to over $100,000 to $300,000 by repairing your credit and leveraging the newly found credit results so you get access to the funds, the question is, if you love black people, why are you charging $2,000? Never mind what you gain. They promise you an education, and you owe $50,000, and you owe $80,000, and you owe $100,000. They promise you an education, and you owe money, and still can't make that information applicable to thrive in this world. Because like I said, from pre-K to 12th grade, it's 14 years of you going to school, and you have yet to learn anything about food, clothing, and shelter in a capacity in which you could thrive properly as an adult. And that's why they call you minorities. Because in Black's Law's Dictionary, a minority is an adult that thinks in an adolescent state of mind, that needs a third party, or arbitrary means, force, to step in and facilitate tasks on your behalf because you're too incompetent to do it yourself. Hence the reason why you have certificates. Whether it's a marriage certificate or a birth certificate or even a death certificate, you need help to facilitate your birth and your death and your union. And a certificate is what? Security. What is a security? A security is a paper certificate that attests to ownership and equity, as in the case of a stock, or ownership of a bond, as in the case of a debt obligation which has tradable derivatives. What does all of this mean? What does all of this mean? Seriously. You know, if you owe too much taxes and you're married, they won't allow you to get a divorce. What does that have to do with your union amongst God and everything that you did and all your wedding vows and everything like that? But then people want to trip if you don't want to get married under their God. Pseudo God, because it's really about their law and the debt obligation. Because if there's a security, there's a certificate, which is an attestation of ownership and equity, which means someone owns your union. Someone owns the birth and the life of your child. Someone owns your death on the way out. And that's why they have QSIP numbers, which is a Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedure. You'll see a QSIP on the birth certificate. You'll see a QSIP on the death certificate. You'll see a QSIP on the marriage certificate. But fine. Fine. What are you going to do? Real talk. But who cares about all the free information that I disseminate over and over? And I know people like to read what trolls say. You don't care if millionaires go on the Breakfast Club and vouch or attest. Yo, he taught me so much about financial literacy and advice and that. You don't care if people made $1 billion. Fight and say, yo, go to Brother Polight, get your credit fixed. No. You care about strangers you never saw before on planet Earth. Never mind the millionaires that everybody knows about that puts the credibility on the line. Never mind them. Let's read a comment in a section from someone we don't know going against a black man teaching. That makes sense. And people, yo, I'm calling, but I'm saying, there's a lot of fraud going on. So you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, yeah, nigga, don't call us talking about that shit. I ain't got no time for that. You're not feeling froggy, don't jump. Don't call. This ain't no counseling session. Ain't nobody working for me going to take the time out to convince you to separate yourself from your money. It's not that kind of show. By the time you call us, you're ready. Do not call and say, I'm ready for the $2,000 program, and then really be bullshit. Well, I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it 3 weeks from now. I'm going to do it 2. Don't nobody need that. We grown people. You don't have to play the game. Take your time. If you got to go into deep meditation and contemplation, continue to buy the bullshit sneakers that don't give you a return. People's stomach get queasy. Oh, shit, I'm about to invest in myself. You didn't feel like that when you bought those sneakers you knew wasn't going to make you no money back. You didn't feel like that. You didn't feel like that. When you bought the jacket or the coat, you knew you wasn't going to make money back. You didn't feel like that when you went to someone's baby shower and bought a whole bunch of shit. You didn't feel like that. For every fit cap you bought, fit caps costing $40 or more. All the women you tricking on, the strip club money you throw up, your stomach didn't hurt knowing you was never going to get the money back. But the second a black person realizes, I'm putting this money up with the expectation to get a return. I don't know, it's just scary. But then look all over their damn house and see a bunch of shit they knew they was never going to get a return from. And look how happy they were. If we could just take pictures of their life every time they bought some shit that they would never make money off of, they were happy. They were happy. Every time they buy some shit that they can't make money off of, they have a peace of mind. They feel good. But let them have to invest in themselves. The possibility of them not getting the money back has them so scared, they do what? I'm going to just stick to buying shit that don't make me no money. I'm going to buy a house that they know I can't afford. You think these guys ain't slicker than you? You don't know what a mortgage hypothecation is? You don't know what robo-signers are? Of course not. Because they're not going to teach you the game because they out here to manipulate you and abuse you. They're not going to teach you real estate in school. They don't even show you how to fill out your first-time homeowner's application in school. How to fill out an application. They didn't teach you about credit in school, but you need it the second you get out. And by the time you finally get out of high school, your shit is probably horrible anyway. So you start learning by default the fact you have no choice but to. And these trash-ass people who repair your credit never taught you about getting access to the money, which is weird to me. Because if we're going to repair your credit, how come we can't teach you to get access to it? First of all, I started this stream out teaching you. You'll never have to pay interest on your credit card again. Just call your credit card company and find out the 2 dates, the billing date and the recording date. Find out the recording date and make sure all the money is accounted for by the recording date and then spend again. Shit, you got $1,200, $1,500 in your pocket. You need to still hold on to it. Use that to pay off your credit card debt and then spend the money again right after that recording date. You have a billing date and a recording date. Make sure you don't owe no money on the recording date and you won't have to pay interest on your credit card no matter how much times you used it. They give you a $2,000 limit. Do your best to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 over that limit. Meaning, keep paying it back throughout the month so you can increase your utilization ratio. So then when you apply for a larger line of credit, they'll say, we gave him a $2,000 credit card. But this guy spends $7,000 every month. But by the time we do the recording date, always owes zero. So you're spending over 3 times that of the amount of money per the limit, but you never owe. Okay. We could trust this person. with a $50,000 card, $60,000 card. They must know the game. But y'all be like, yo, we're going to spend less than that. And some of you doing so little, you can't get nothing because you got a slim file. You don't do shit to prove that you can be trusted if you do go in the hole, because part of having great credit is going in the hole. You got to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, you go brotherpolight45@gmail.com when you're ready to purchase the credit restoration. That's $2,000, gives you access to anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000. Don't ask me how come if I love black people. Why am I charging $2,000? Focus on the part where you get 6 figures. Okay. You got some crazy stuff about to hit your credit? Call TransUnion Equifax, send them an email, tell them you need to freeze your report. So that way you're not implicated. And then when you fix that situation, tell them to unfreeze your report. They never teach you this. They have credit card redlining areas where they won't approve you for a larger line of credit or credit at all based on the zip code that you live in. So what you do, you get a FedEx UPS box, not a United States Post Office. It doesn't account for nothing. Or get a mailing address in your local city hall area. Just make sure wherever you get the new address, the median income is over $200,000 or well over $50,000 more than your income prior as far as being recorded. Because addresses are used as a major identifier of a person. It's connected to all your history, where they mail you your damn credit history. So for the record, you have a new mailing address in an area where the median income far surpasses the amount of money that you make per year in the neighborhood that you live in and the annual income in that neighborhood. So let's say you live in a neighborhood where the median income is about $40,000 a year, but you get a new mailing address in the city hall area or through FedEx UPS in an area where the median income is over $250,000 a year. You keep that new address for over 2 months, have everything forwarded to the old address, but keep that as a new address. And they'll look at it and say, shit, motherfucker came up. Went from a $40,000 neighborhood, and he's still surviving 2-3 months later in a neighborhood that's the average income is $250,000. Or we could trust that person because they're in a neighborhood where the average income is $250,000 and they're coming from an average income of $30,000-$40,000. Yeah, let's boost the credit up 50, 75 points. And while we at it, if this person wants to get approved of a loan or something, yeah, let's give them more opportunities. Because what you don't know is when you're in certain neighborhoods, they can't alienate you or ostracize you based on your race, but they can deny you based on your zip code, which by default is alienating you based on your race. Share the video, people. Share the video. And you know, people ask, well, how does it work? I'm teaching all this information. There's a plethora of things you got to do. People say, hey, but you're not listening. But how does it work, though? Nigga, listen to the damn video. Why don't you just don't teach it to the people? Because if I charge to teach it to the people, that'd be a problem, too. And at the end of the day, you know what people say when I attempt to teach? That shit is so technical, and you want us to send everything out, register mail, green card receipt, signature confirmation, and then, yo, listen, and over 20 different letters, and I don't have the time, and I got to work, and I'm a truck driver. Listen, I understand why I charge what I charge for the service. It's $2,000. Don't get mad at me. Just get the bread and do what you got to do. Or go elsewhere and get beat in the head, get your other credit services that don't suggest or confirm they will give you any money or get you access to any money, which makes no sense. The whole purpose of boosting that damn credit the way you need it should be to leverage it so you can get access to some money so you can invest in maybe consumer-friendly franchises for about $30,000, $40,000 so you can bring in an extra $60,000, $70,000 a year or more. Like, do something with the money so you can get off the damn clock, because most of you are working 9 to 5s, which is 8 hours out the day, and an hour to go to work and an hour to come back, which is 10 hours. And they say you should sleep 8 hours, but you probably sleep about the average of 6 hours, which is 16 hours. So 2/3 of your existence is dedicated to building someone else's dream, and you only got 1/3 of your existence left to yourself, which is to cook, which is to clean, to socialize. If you have children, socialize with friends, socialize with your lover, if you have a lover. Pray, read, meditate, travel, bathing, Huh? How about washing your ass, huh? You can't do all 10 of those things with the other 8 hours that's left. So we're going to have to make sacrifices. No more reading. No more meditating. No more prayer, unless it's just a consecrated day out the week, like Sunday or something, or Friday, depending on who you are, or Saturday. Well, can't have much of a personal life. Going to have to sacrifice time with my children. Think about it. Because you're contributing so much time into someone else's dream, you don't have enough time to build your own. It will just always remain a dream. And then things are getting tougher and tougher. And Biden can give out a $13.6 billion loan in form of a bill to come to the aid of the Ukrainians, but no one gives a damn about us being subjugated for over 1,100 years per the trans-Sub-Saharan slave trade under Arab imperialism in Africa, and then being turned over to a better working slave model by the European or the Caucasoid, who has us enslaved over here damn near 500 years, and we can get no restitution. And we look down upon if we reprimand them for the lack of any restitution or compensation. And when the virus hit, the SBA loans, we could barely get any. And then those of us that got some, they scrutinize it to the point they can have us charged for federal offenses of fraud because we probably didn't read some of the fine print or the writing. But meanwhile, they gave most the small business money to the banks that are not small businesses. We can't catch a goddamn break. But after all of that, I'm the enemy because I'm charging $2,000 so you can get access to 100 grand to 300 grand inside of 60 business days, and maybe give or take a little more after. And some of y'all credit so fucking crazy. How can you be mad at me? Look at all the shit that people tricked you into to lose. I be looking at so much illegal stuff taking place. When I hit them with these letters and these affidavits, trust me, they got to fall back, because when you do it the right way, if they don't respond in a timely manner, inside of the first window of 7 to 10 days, sometimes in the window of 4 to 7, depending on your jurisdiction, definitely well within that month. If they don't respond, it's a $30,000 fine. That's why they always got to respond. Talk to me nice. I know what I'm doing. I'm a freedom fighter, but nobody sees it as freedom fighting when money's involved, because our people are so upset with money because of their hardships that anybody that talks about money isn't a real man, isn't a real leader. I'll talk about spooky shit. You want me to talk about UFOs? Nothing wrong with that, though. You want me to talk about conspiracies, government plots, and Illuminati? Nothing wrong with that. Educate yourself by all means, but appropriate your time better, because if it's not paying the bills, you will get the chills. You feel me? You email us when you're ready to purchase the service. Stop complaining about the fact that it costs. Stop telling me if you're pro-black, you should be able to just do this for free. I don't try to hear none of that. I don't care about none of that. I'm creating an opportunity that's viable for you. Come up with the bread and do what you got to do, or go elsewhere. I don't mind. Take the free information I give you and make that applicable. Use that and build. Do what you have to do. Build. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase the credit restoration microwave. When you're ready, you don't have to call us, tell us, well, you know, my credit's pretty good. It doesn't matter. Because people with so-called good credit, guess what? We still got to tear down walls. Why? Because people with so-called good credit, especially in our community, still can't get access to a $200,000 loan. Why is that? You know, a lot of these loans are forgivable, meaning you ain't got to pay nothing back. But you got to tear down them firewalls they got set up. Because even people with 750, I've done help people with 680 credit get more money than people with 750. Because the 750 people just don't have enough history. That's why we add positive items to your report. It's one thing to have people snitching on you, adding negative items to your report. Yeah, we'll remove the negative items. I don't care. It's child support, it's bankruptcy, it's all that. I hear you, student loan. I don't care about none of that. That's light work. But you have the right to confirm that you're doing things that's worthy of credit praise. That's called adding positive items to your report. So we don't just remove negative things. We don't just be on the defense. We're also on the offense. We add positive items to your report. A new address is a positive item. A new phone number, a new email is a positive item. A new business trust is a positive item. And you can have that reported and boost your credit. I know what I'm talking about. But you know what? I dropped out of school 10th grade and I'm too dark for the fucking knowledge. So I should just give it out for free because I'm too dark. Most of your teachers, when they was teaching something of substance, they were lighter than me. So the psychology behind that has me in this stigma when I'm teaching my people that I'm way too damn dark to teach that which they don't know. Because anytime they learn something of substance, it was from people that were lighter than me, who have a so-called degree. And I'm sick of being treated differently by my own people because of my complexion. I could disseminate this information in such a way, but use no vulgarity whatsoever, and people will say, you're speaking over people's heads. Don't nobody know what a mortgage hypothecation is. They don't know what a compendium is. Why are you talking over people's head? I can swag it out a little bit, and when I swag out the information, can't trust him. He too swaggy, that nigga in the streets. I'm not giving him no money. He sound like one of the niggas from the hood. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Just to be broke bitches. And I'm fucking fed up with our people. So that's why I'm falling back from the service. It's my last month. I'm falling back. Might do a little something next month. It's not worth the stress. Because people want to talk to you and bargain you. Like, yo, fam, it costs bread to get the job done. Why when we mail things out, we use signature confirmation, green card receipt when we mail these docs out? Because when you send mail out, registered mail, it goes through a chain of custody, which means 3 people have to bear witness, including yourself, which is 4. So that way someone can't say I did not receive your mail, because this mail is so important. We don't want them to say I didn't get it. So not only do we want signature confirmation, we get that green card receipt, because that means that 3 people have to look over the mail and say, I seen it, I seen it, I seen it. So what, 4 people lying? Me, the mailer, and the other 3 people? So when you get that mail, and I put the laws there that stipulate you owe $20,000, $30,000 to the person I'm working on their behalf if you don't respond within the criteria or the time stipulated by the law, oh yeah, they're going to respond. So people want to know about guarantees. It's your legal right to fuck up some commas. It's your legal right to get access to at least $100,000 at least one time in your life. I ain't into the spooky shit. But if I was any type of messiah, label me the financial messiah, because I always make sure I put down progressive information here. You don't want nobody lying about their mail? Make sure you put it down. Signature confirmation, green card receipt. Real talk. Real talk. I use big words to confuse people. Let's get this jackass out of here. I don't got time for that. I don't have time for that kind of stupidness. We're not idiots. We're not idiots. You can look up any word I'm talking about. You can look up the word compendium and look up the structure. Compendium. You can look up the word hypothecation. Why we always got to cry? I'm using the proper words because it's in that venue. And you'll get lost if you don't know the nomenclature. It's just disgusting. And we blame so many people for why we're in this situation. And I understand. But after a while, family, I mean, goddamn, after a while, we got to call a spade a spade. Call a spade after a while. And label us lazy. Real talk. Just call us lazy. We got so many good excuses. This shit is making us lazy. If it ain't paper, I don't trust it. Well, get your bitch ass out of here. This is the goofy shit I'm talking about. You could drop all the knowledge in the world, and rather than the person say, man, thank you for the free information, because at the very least, what I'm going to do with this free information is start making some of it applicable. I'm going to work on that new address. And when you get that new address, get a new phone number, and also get a new email address. Start with the new phone number first, so then when you set up the new email, you use your new phone number. Then, after setting up the email address, when you get the new mailing address, you're going to use your new email and your new phone number, because you're going to need those in that order like that. Because the number 3 identifiers when you're looking at fixing your credit is to change the phone number, change the email, and change your mailing address, and create a whole new history attached. Create a whole new history attached to you, and do the right thing. And get a different phone for social media, because that's being used against you, because there's a social media score, and it see how many hours you put into social media for things that don't appraise for more, things that are not educational, things that make you a more educated consumer. You'll find yourself in a pool of people who spend X amount of time looking at certain sites. What is the likelihood of them going into debt? You find yourself into that CDA. It's called Consumer Data Aggregates. There's an aggregation. So they look at the predictability of the consumer to make a determination on how much credibility you have when it comes to loaning you anything. So they study behavior. And your behavior is used against you more times than you realize, because you don't know about CDAs. Facts. And one thing I've learned about our people is they will ask you for proof after proof after proof, and then be like, yo, so I'm going to come up with the money 6 months later. They'll talk to you for a half fucking hour, thinking they doing something slick, knowing goddamn well they ain't buying shit. So, and they think they being slick because I'm going to milk him for the money. I'm going to milk her for the money. Stop with this shit. You're a grown adult. Stop it. That's that mentality that makes sure you get nowhere. You get somewhere for a few minutes but go nowhere in life. That's the person cheating off the test, but forgetting that they need the information to thrive. So, yeah, you got the answers from your friend. So short term, hey, you passed the class because you've been cheating off the test. Long term, you don't know how to make the information applicable because you don't know what the fuck's been going on because you've been cheating the whole time. Stop attempting to cheat. You're too old for this. It's disgusting. But like I said, if you talk about money, people mad at you. If you talk about some shit that can improve your life, they love you. Millionaires galore left and right. Yo, brother Polight. Thank you so much, brother Polight. He taught me, he's my mentor. Don't matter. Let's go for a stranger in the comment section and let's believe them. Never mind the people with credibility that people know all over the world. Let's believe the stranger in the comment section. The trolls. You think people ain't... you don't know nothing about COINTELPRO? You don't know about covert operatives? You don't know about CPAC? George Soros? I'm giving you words and terms. Look up counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO. Look up CPAC and George Soros. How they fund trolls on the internet to sway people's judgment about other people that could affect change. SOROS. This is why my videos go down when they go up. Because if you're aware of these things and my videos are doing millions of views, then what? This is why they limit the amount of reach that I get to communicate with people. This is why they got all these damn fake ass trolls on my page. With different manipulations of my name and the spelling. Anything. Anything to tear the image down, to make you reluctant to bring about change. Anything to stop you from being a master of your own destiny. And we secretly hope we find something wrong with somebody who's teaching the truth. It'll make us feel better because it'll lighten the burden of responsibility for us to effect change in our lives and in our family's life. Hopefully something's wrong with him so I can go back to being a goddamn Negro. Hopefully we can nitpick at something he does so I could disavow all the facts he's presented, because facts make you accountable. Facts make you accountable. And make sure you share the post. Just had to get this off my chest because I'm tired of how come you charging $2,000 for a service? Like, come on, fam. Stop with that. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Don't complain about it. Let's be for real. I can't have a group of people working for you for free and everyone else. If I spoke to 24 people for an hour each, I wouldn't have time to do nothing. It's 24 hours in the cycle. I spoke to 48 people for 30 minutes. That'd be all my time again. I don't even have time to wash my behind because I'd be over here talking to people on the phone for free. So imagine talking to people on the phone whose intention is, I'm going to milk them for all the information I got for free, try to string them along, make them think that I'm about to buy and get this information, get that. Like, niggas ain't slick. But because I got a heart, if I talk to you, I'm going to build. I'm going to build because that's just in my spirit, but it's unappreciated. Yo, fam, I got to get off because I consecrated a certain amount of time to see if I could talk to people directly. And then I got my administrators consecrate a certain amount of time to talk to people. It's like, come on. Be fair to people who's really serious. That's why I always say, when you're ready to purchase the service, leave your full name and your phone number. When you're ready to purchase the service, leave your full name and your phone number. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. I got it pinned here to the top. Real talk. No, all Negroes care about is gossip. Fix your situation. Real talk. Real talk. Peace to the family, though. You know, people say goofy shit like show that it's real, right? These fake ass Brother Polight pages on Facebook is nasty. If you don't hear me saying inbox me, don't inbox somebody in the video. I send you to my website, brotherpolight.com. I send you to my email, brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Don't do nothing other than what I'm saying out my mouth. That's how you get caught up. Poco easy on Negroes. Word. Yeah, it's been great. I got out here before I get myself stressed out. Turn up tonight. Make it happen. I wish the best for you. I hate to see how people struggling. And even worse, I hate to see people growing discouraged because they're falling for the games, but then no one else has nothing for them to offer them. Shit, I don't sell hope. I sell services that can improve your situation. Now, I always make sure that I teach every time I get on the live. I never just do no goofy stuff. I don't talk about other people. I'm not into that. I don't need to speak about other people to grow my following. I'm not into none of that goofy stuff. It's negativity. I'm not into gossip. I don't talk about other people. I don't speak ill of other people. I don't even like talking about things that's been going on at the Grammys and all. That's just not really me. I just like to build on the knowledge that I wish somebody would have shared with me so it could have saved me some time on earth. I'm 38 years old now. The least I could do is share with the people that's younger. And the least I could do is save the people that's in my age bracket and older before they die a miserable damn life and never got a chance to do the things that's quality on planet Earth. I don't want you guys to leave planet Earth with this nasty taste in your mouth about your existence. You should have the right to leave here and say, man, you know what? I came up. I ain't spent most of my time devoted to working for somebody else. I would like to contribute to that part of your paradigm. So again, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase the credit restoration service. We'll remove those negative items off your report, add positive items to your report, boost your credit scores, and we'll leverage your newly found credit disposition so that you're approved anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000. Doesn't matter if you got so-called good credit. There's blocks on good credit that's disabling you from getting access to the funds. We're going to do the same service regardless. You got bad credit. Doesn't matter. We're going to fix it to get you up to par so you can meet the criteria so you can get access to the funds. Then we're going to show you how to stop using your name so it doesn't go in flames if something goes wrong again. Control nothing, own everything. When we're young and we don't know much, we tend to put everything in our name. We get older, wiser, and wealthier. Get taught properly, you learn control everything, own nothing. You don't want nothing in your name. If you walk around here on paper and it looks like you broke, it's better than being wealthy on paper. But that's game, man. Talk to me nice. I love you guys. Word to everything. Blessings in abundance.